So as Miguel says, now that you've seen the vision, it's time to actually look at the Bruce Platform AI in action. Before then, I'll demonstrate the use cases that we're going to show, so that it'll give you some context of what's going on. And after I've done that, we'll move into the live demo, which will be in two parts. The first part will be delivered by our colleague Marius Wilsch, and the second part, somebody who most of you will know, Jan Kotelik. So let's get started on that. So thank you for moving to there. Before I go through those, there are a couple of comments to make, I think, about where we are with AI in our industry as a whole. And I'm quite a down-to-earth practical person when it comes to how we implement our technology and where we are moving things along. Because we can do many, many, many things with technology, but it often comes down to asking what problem are we actually solving. So when we've got these use cases here, they are pretty practical examples of the kind of things that we believe can be improved upon by using Bruce Platform AI. And these examples are only really scratching the surface of what we can contribute, but we feel that they're representative of those activities in the real world, if you like. And the important thing is, this is a discussion about what may be possible. What Marius and Jan are going to show you is what's delivered now. And I think, there are other people delivering AI across the world, but there are also a lot of people just talking about it. And in fact, some of our Arquibus partners have had that discussion on LinkedIn. When is the thing going to happen? Well, the good news is this afternoon, or this morning, or this evening, depending on wherever you are. Two main points to mention before we get into this list is, as Miguel mentioned, the Bruce Platform is a differentiating element in our provision of AI. And I think it's important to address this in the context of what people are saying in the marketplace and what they want. And just to emphasize what Miguel said, whatever the data set, these three things are what people seem to want from their AI solution within FM or real estate management. The first one, as Miguel said, the solution must be scalable. And this is what Bruce Platform delivers. It ensures, because of the interoperability features and the characteristics and its delivery in the cloud, then it is scalable as far as you want to scale it. This is very important because one of the major benefits of bringing AI into our environment and into our industry is to expand the numbers of users who interact with our systems. You then get the bigger data set that Miguel talked about, more for AI to analyze a greater level of intelligence, or as Bruce used to say, moving into wisdom. That's really what we're talking about there. The second thing is the results must be trustworthy. So when somebody is using the AI, they must have confidence in the answers that they're getting from that AI. And whilst we can have incorrect data in some cases, Miguel covered the underlying technology there that provides immutable results. So this is a very important concept, and it's at the core of what Bruce Platform actually does. And finally, the solution must be secure. And this is our bread and butter as Arquibus Hosting Services. We have an ISO 27001 accreditation, which fundamentally demonstrates our expertise in terms of cybersecurity and information security. And we've been providing highly secure and highly performing solutions in our environment since that 2007 that Miguel mentioned. The second point, briefly, is that the benefits that accrue aren't necessarily uniform across an organization or an industry or whatever. I think AI is going to give benefits to people who already have a system like an IWMS system, Arquibus. And what we're basically doing is finessing things that Arquibus may already do, and opening it up to a much bigger audience is a fundamental part of that, of course. Operations can experience many small improvements in volume, or they may have a massive improvement in one particular area that's problematic that AI can deal with. Some functions are obviously big ticket items, and when we go through this list, you'll be able to see what they are. And I think it's also dependent on the role. and we've tried to reflect what those roles are in these four particular use cases you'll see here. So I'll just briefly explain what they are.